one on 275 northbound after Eureka Road. You got that accident blocking out the right lane across that stretch. 696 westbound before Orchard Lake Road. An accident there. I'm Val Berry, WJR Traffic and Weather First.
Showers tonight, possible thunderstorms. Could see some locally heavy rain, maybe some street flooding as we fall back to 65. Cloudy Monday and 77. Scattered showers and storms are possible. Could see those scattered showers and storms Monday night. From the Weather Channel, I'm Jeff Eno on 760 WJR, where Michigan comes to talk.
It's tea time for Spin on Golf on 760 WJR. Live from Fox Hills, home of Jordan Young Golf. Now here are your PGA professionals, Jordan Young, Brian Cairns, Mike Fay, and WJR Sean Balagian.
So much going on. Glad you could join us on a Sunday night. It is Spin on Golf here, 760 WJR. I think we'll be back at Fox Hills next week. We are all coming to you from, well, parts unknown would be the best way to say it. Jordan Young, BC, Mike Fay. Mike, you were just saying before we went on the air, correct me if I'm wrong, are you in Grand Haven, correct?
Mm-hmm. Grand Haven.
Just pouring there all day, huh?
I don't know if I've ever been wetter on the golf course than I was today. That was something else. And usually if it's going to rain that hard, you have a bunch of lightning. But it didn't happen. It just rained and rained and rained. And most of the state got that today. So a lot of you guys probably weren't out on the golf course today.
Yeah, it's been one of those rains like for hours around here. It was kind of spitting out where I know you're not far from me. Mm-hmm. It was kind of spitting for a while, and now we've just had this constant drizzle that's been going on for literally hours now. I know BC is traveling. Look how committed BC is. BC is traveling. Where are you coming from, BC?
I'm going, left the Greenbrier 3 hours ago, and I got about 3 hours to go to Bedminster for next week's event.
Yeah. How did it go?
Just towing Jim. Good. He finished 18th.
Yeah.
A couple of 66s the last 2 days. He hit it unbelievably today. He just didn't make any putts, but he hit it great. Yeah. What a place, the Greenbrier. If any golfer's never been down there, that is one swanky place. It's cool.
No kidding. Never.
Seth Rayner golf course. Yeah.
No, never been down there. Of course, the news of the day, especially with the final round of the Wyndham, they say it's supposed to start again. For all I know, since we've gone on the air, it started, but severe weather in the area. It is suspended as of now. Two-way tie atop the leaderboard between Henley and Glover. But BC, something that you can speak on, and I know Mike Fay's already made a comment on it. Bryson, 12 under 58 at Greenbrier.
I mean, it wasn't out of the picture. I mean, we said at the beginning of the week one of the bombers is going to shoot 59, but the conditions were perfect. We didn't have any wind all week, but 11 birdies and an eagle. I didn't see that coming.
Unbelievable. Mike, did you see any of it? Because that literally, that was the first thing Mike was like, dude, a 58. And I mean, that's the best way to put it. Dude, a 58 is the best way to put it.
And dude, I think bogey too. I think there was a bogey in there too.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
It was amazing.
Yes, there was.
It was, you look at all the transformations he has done to himself and come back and do that kind of stuff. That's pretty cool, And
absolutely.
It's really, really neat.
No doubt about that. Phenomenal at the Greenbrier. Want to get that out of the way. He wins with a final round 53, 23 under for the tournament. Phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. And as you said, You look at that guy's life the last couple of years, Mikey,
Mhm.
and BC, you can talk to this, whether it be the incredible bulk, the science experiment, and everything. How about the dude can golf?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it was kind of funny because he shot one under the first round, and we're sitting there having breakfast before the second round. He's like, "Man, I didn't hit enough drivers." I don't know what I was thinking. I'm like, "Dude, you can drive like 7 holes. What are you thinking?" He's like, "Yeah, I know. I just wasn't hitting my driver very well this week." I'm like, "All right, come on, just go hammer. Just go hammer it tomorrow." And Andy, his coach, was there, his physical trainer. He says, "Yeah, let's go have fun. Let's go hammer it tomorrow." I'm like, and that's what he did. He drove it on, I guess, 4 greens today, and one of them he tapped in for an eagle.
Outstanding.
Awesome.
Jordan, I think we've got Jordan Young with us now. We'll try to check in with Jordan, of course. He was up north at Boyne, part of the Tournament of Champions. We talked a lot about it last week. Jordan, how did that go?
Last week, not great. Injuries took me out after day 1, and I'll just leave it at that. And I'm trying to see if I can finish the 2 days this week.
Yeah. How do you tell us about the tournament, though? You had an up close and personal look. How did it turn out?
Well, I mean, the good players rose to the top, and guys shot a lot under par. Barrett Kelpin, 2-time winner. He came out on top. I don't know what he shot. I want to say 17 under or something like that. And it's a great event. It's a special place, and we're just glad to be up there to play.
And you know what's interesting about that, BC? I know you weren't with us last week, but I mean, a phenomenal group of golfers up there. I mean, you're talking about Hall of Famers. You're talking about past winners. Just a fantastic group of golfers up there. Honestly, what a class up there for this year's edition.
Sean, it's kind of like a celebration of golf in our state.
Yeah.
When you really look at it and you look at the quality of players, the different, you've got juniors and you've got ladies and you've got mini tour professionals and tour professionals and PGA professionals and all these different players coming together playing in this tournament. There's nothing like it that I've seen in the country. We talked about last week, and it's pretty special. Like I said, I was a part of it for many, many years, and it's pretty neat.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Lots to get into. I know we got to talk about the LPGA. We got a golfer on fire on the LPGA right now.
Yes, we do.
Let's make no mistake about that. That'll be our tease into the next break. And Mikey, you got to tell us about what's going on out your way. I know there's not a lot of golf out there, but at least let us know what's going on. And we saw your lovely daughter make an appearance as well for just a second. She walked by and waved and everything. So, so much to do. Hey, a heck of a lot of golf coming up. And oh, by the way, some big time questions about what's going to happen next month as well. Some big time questions about JT. Let's be honest. I think a lot of people have kind of been whispering, okay, is he going to make it? And boy, oh boy,
it doesn't look great, does it?
It doesn't look like it. All right, lots to come. Glad you could join us at Spin on Golf. Just programming note, we got 3 more after this week. Hopefully we'll be at Fox Hills each and every week, the 13th, the 20th, and our final show of the season. That'll be August 27th. Glad you can join us wherever you may be. Spin on Golf on a Sunday night here on 760 WJR.
Homeowners should be really nervous to trust a national website.
No, technical issues.
Yeah. What do you? Nothing you can do. Nothing you can do. We'll grind through it.
Indeed. So it's the 107th Michigan Women's Amateur.
107.
107th.
Okay.
Yes. Think about that for a minute.
Jeez,
How
oh,
cool
Pete.
is that?
Jeez, oh, Pete.
Yes, 80 of the state's best women players playing over at Spring Lake. Beautiful country club. It's very, very nice over there. And the top of 32 after 2 days make it to match play. So
Hey guys,
Yeah.
I'm not sure how much I'm going to be able to participate, but I'm listening. I got it on live, and I don't know how the signal is. So,
All right. Sounds cool.
got Mark Johnson with me here.
Oh, no kidding. Hey,
Oh,
Mark.
nice.
That's
Good old
great.
Mark in the house.
That's good. Where are you guys at?
We're at Hidden River, just playing a quick 9 practice round for senior PGA. I just got here. Mark waited about 2 hours in the parking lot for me.
All right. We'll get that 9 in. Are we going to be at your place the next 3 weeks, man?
I believe so.
Okay.
I'll double check, but I believe so. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Sorry about that tonight.
Whatever. No big deal.
Been so busy the last few days. I haven't even known what day it was. Here, we'll watch Mark hit a shot here.
All right.
Let's see.
Oh, he's so good. Look at him.
Just a pro.
Butter.
Oh, just so smooth.
Just
Butter.
a pro. Look at him.
Here you go.
Just a pro. Look at that guy.
Yeah, sir. What's happening, fellas?
Johnson, that stroke. We should, you know what? We should put that online. That's how you hit the ball. Jordan, get out of here. It's Mark Johnson from now on.
I mean, it's all lefties in this group.
How many are you
Where'd
going to
he
hit?
put it? Where'd he put it?
Right in the lumberyard.
Hear Paul W. Smith at his new time. Focus with Paul
right,
W.
we're out.
Smith noon to 2 on 760 WJR, where Michigan comes to talk. Welcome back to more Spin on Golf. Once again, here are your PGA professionals Jordan Young, Brian Cairns, Mike Fay, and WJR's Sean Balagian.
Glad you could join us wherever you may be on a Sunday night. It is Spin on Golf here on 760 WJR. Mike Fay on the west side of the state. Jordan Young somewhere up north. BC, I think somewhere on the Pennsylvania Turnpike. That's just the way things are going today. So regardless, we're happy that you are with us. Mike, tell everybody about what's going on. I mean, whenever you've been running something, 107 years?
Yes.
You're doing something right. So that is what you're a part of right now.
Yes, we're over at the Spring Lake Country Club for the 107th Michigan Women's Amateur starting tomorrow. 2 days to make the cut to play in match play. The top 32 players advance to match play. It's a fantastic event. The club has been doing it for a number of years. They are a long-time supporter of women's golf. There are 80 of the best women's golfers here in Michigan playing in this, and it's pretty cool that my daughter is playing in it, and could not be prouder of these ladies out there. I was out there watching them in the pouring rain, getting ready for this event. It was something else.
How's your daughter playing? How's Rach playing?
She's doing really good. Yes, she's been coming on over the last month. Now we kind of focus on getting ready for high school golf here coming up in the next 2 weeks, believe it or not. First high school tournaments begin on the 14th of August for all the girls. So it's good stuff. It's really cool.
Yeah, you know what? When you talk about, it bears repeating. I think when you talk about an event that's been going on for 107 years, number one, it's going to be a fantastic event. Number two, you're allowed to have some fatherly pride right now. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. I know just from talking to you. Look, you and I talked about it on Sports Wrap a couple weeks ago. This game requires a lot of time, a lot of practice. And even when you think you got it figured out, guess what? This game's going to fool you again. And I mean, I can tell you just personally for me, it's like, well, I haven't golfed in a while. You think you're going to walk up there and, okay, things are going to be okay. And then it's almost like you're back to square one. So there are ups and downs, especially when you're working with young people. I'm sure that's something that you have to pound not only into your daughter's head, but really young people in general that haven't, had the life experiences to understand that you're going to be moving up and down in this game.
Yeah, there's no doubt. Right when you think you got it, you don't have it. I mean, very interesting interview during the delay they had for the Wyndham, if anybody was watching it, with Billy Herschel. And he's talking about, he's 2 over par and he 3-putted twice and this and that, what is going on? And he has been like a stalwart when you come to the FedEx Cup. This is his time of year. Let's get going. And he plays really, really good, right? Well, all of a sudden, not a good day, right? And that's just the name of the game. And you have to be able to get over that for everybody out there listening. You're going to have bad days, but then you're going to have good days. And it goes up and down. It's not linear at all, advancing your game. Not at all.
Well, we can talk to JT about that, and I'm not making light of it. I mean, it happens, and I remember I brought it up to you guys a couple weeks ago. Is this another, I don't know, dare I say, Duval type of situation or something? He just lost it, and he can't get it back. And there's no answer to it. There's no rhyme or reason, but clearly this guy is struggling right now.
He is, but over the last couple of weeks, better that we've seen, but not like up to what we're used to seeing from him, right? So, I think that he'll just keep playing and playing as much as he can. I don't know. What are we, 7 points behind right now with a few holes to go? Don't know if he's going to make it into the FedEx Cup, but we'll see.
Yeah, it is amazing. It's going to be a grind. And, on that note, I see we have the BC entering the house. BC, we were just talking, I know how many kids you deal with in your, that's one thing I'm sure you pound into kids' head. And we saw just a couple weeks ago when I went up there after, look, you're going to have ups and downs. A lot of times it's almost like, okay, everything you did, you almost have to forget about everything you did and start over. I mean, that's just the way this game of golf is. If you're not out there grinding all the time, you're going to suffer for it.
Well, yeah, and being steady. I mean, Mike said it's not linear, but one thing that should be linear is your attitude.
Absolutely.
You have to understand that. Like a kid flew down and was watching James round today, and James didn't really hit a bad shot, so he didn't see any reaction. But he'd make a 20-foot birdie putt, there's no jumping around, or he'd make a 4-foot par save. It's the same reaction, the same wavelength basically, because you really want to not only save your energy, but you want to teach your brain that it's just another golf shot and you're going to get a bad break. It's just the way it is. But teaching the kids, Mike knows, Jordan knows, it's not the end of the world. A mammoth learning curve every single day. Once you learn something, you're probably going to forget it and have to relearn it again, right, Mike?
Yeah, absolutely. No, there's no doubt that the ups and downs in the game of golf, but like you said, BC, the consistency of being there, right? I mean, it's amazing to me when you watch some of the kids playing high school golf, whether it's the boys or the girls, and they start their season, and once they get a golf club in their hand every day, how much better they get. It's amazing. It's really, really cool to watch.
Well, it's like so many other things. I mean, it's repetition. I mean, even the repetition can get you, in this game can get you out of sync, but it's repetition over and over. BC, what do you see out of JT? Have you seen enough to kind of give an observation into what's going on with him? Or can we just chalk this up to, hey, listen, this is the game of golf?
Well, I hope you can still hear me. I'm
Yeah.
kind of going through the mountains of Pennsylvania. But I chalk it up to guys just having an off year. He's made over $3 million. He's 79th on the FedEx Cup. I mean, for 99.999% of the tour players, it's a good year. But, you know, for an extremely elite player, it's just an off year. And I think he'll be better for it in the long run.
Interesting observation. And you know what? I mean, you're talking about a guy. I mean, let's not forget this. This isn't exactly a guy that is getting up there in age. I mean, we're talking about a guy that is still just 30 years old. You know, I mean, he's got, you know, especially the way things are today, Mike Fay. You know, back in the day, well, really, your prime years are over by the time you hit your 40s. Not anymore.
Mm-hmm.
The way guys are taking care of themselves. And, you know, Phil showed that and Tiger showed that. He's got probably 20 years of top flight elite golf left in him.
Absolutely. There's no doubt about that. But, you know, I think that BC's right. It's an off year. But he still played really good. But not like he has over the last 8, right? So, you know, he will be back. There's no doubt about that. I mean, he works so hard in the gym and all these other things that you see. You know, it's not like he's not working hard, you know?
Yeah. How much would you say? I know this is coming out of left field, but I have to ask it because I know in private conversations with you, Mike, you focus a lot on the psychological stuff and taking a look at things. How much of the game of golf would you call psychological? I know that's coming out of left field, but it popped into my brain and it reminded me of some of the conversations you and I have had off the air. How much is it like psychological?
A lot.
Yeah.
Like a lot more than people take credit for.
Yeah.
Absolutely. If you don't believe it, you can't do it. And that's one of the things that I often instill in the people that I coach. If you don't believe it and you don't believe that you can hit it good and you don't believe I'm a terrible golfer and I'm going to hit it in the water and you're not going to. And, you know, it's a big deal. You know, we talk a lot with the kids in BC and Jordan, talk a lot about one shot at a time and it's one and one and one and not thinking about what your end result of your score is and stuff like that. That's all part of it, right? Like it's what's important to you is the next shot and what's going to happen here. And, you know, we spent a lot of time on the golf course talking about that, learning about this golf course today and playing a practice round. What do we have to do to shoot our best score? And that's golf, really.
Jordan, I know you wanted to throw your 2 cents in there.
Yeah, you know, the whole learning curve, I mean, it's not linear, like Mike said, and BC said it takes a heck of a long time. I don't people really understand that. They might hear it, but they don't listen to it or they don't understand it. You know, you talk to kids and say, hey, listen, do you know much about the mental game? And they're like, yeah. Well, there's some great information out there. I would suggest trying to do the flow code free for 21-day trial. Now, if you're serious about golf and you're competitive and it's free and you get that kind of access to that kind of material, I would definitely look into that. Now, I have students that I've told that it's free and they don't even do it. So it's like, how serious are you? If you want to play college golf and you're not going to take the time to take this free material, free, FREE, free 99. And it's very valuable and people don't even want to do it. And I'm recommending it. Brian's recommending it. I'm sure Mike is too. It's astounding. And people just need to be educated more on how valuable the mental side of the game is. And people don't really know what it's all about.
It's enormous.
Good call. No doubt about that. Well, as I mentioned, busy day elsewhere in golf. You've got some LPGA stuff going on. No doubt about that. I think we're going to get the final round of the Wyndham underway. I think being the key and operative word, seems to be a lot of bad weather out there, not just here in the state of Michigan. Don't go anywhere. We've got more of Spin on Golf on a Sunday night here on 760 WJR.
.760 WJR and the Detroit
All right. Yeah, it's going to resume at 6:55.
Okay.
6:55.
JT, go home. JT, go home. JT, go home.
Oh gosh.
I'm on. Sorry.
Oh man. Are we gonna have a POW
Maybe you get this
this
spam
week?
one in the rough on that last hole, have a downhill lie. Can't get it to the green, right, Mikey? Uphill shot at Sedgefield.
Yeah. You never know. You never know, right? Oh man. Are you gonna have a POW this week, mister?
I can't hear you.
Are you gonna have a POW this week?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh Lord. That's too good. Can't wait. I'm ready.
Uh-huh.
I knew it was gonna happen.
All right.
There wasn't much
Consideration.
lightning over there today, was it, Sean? Not much lightning.
No,
No.
You know what? It is like I said, it has just been a steady rain for probably 3 hours now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's clear. It has stopped over here, but it's so wet. It's just.
Rieger, do I have time to? I'm going to go look out my front door. I'll be right back. It'll take 15 seconds. Just sprinkling here now.
All right.
Like just kind of spitting. It was a steady rain for 2 hours easy.
Oh yeah. No, it was raining. Our whole we left early this morning, the whole entire way over, and then the whole time we're playing, and then it got worse.
Yeah,
It got worse and worse and worse, and then everything's still soaked.
we were over in St. Joe's last week. We just had perfect weather. Perfect. Just perfect. It really, I think the highest temperature was 81. Oh, and that breeze coming off Lake Michigan, man, you can't put a price tag on it.
No, it's good. It's good. It got pretty hot back at home down there. It got, in the afternoons, 4 o'clock, got real hot. But other than that, it was pretty good. Very humid, too. This is probably the most humid summer I've had since moving downstate.
Yeah.
There's
It
no
was
doubt.
it was around here today, even though it was 72. Like I took a bike ride and it was just, I came home and I was just.
Yeah. It's no good.
No. Did BC say he's back?
He says back.
All right. Yeah, I don't see him up there.
Not yet.
So what's his
use promo code PARK
What's his
for
schedule
a
look
25
like,
cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code PARK.
Hang on here.
Welcome back to more Spin on Golf.
Scheduled
Once again,
for
here are your
for the
PGA
tournament
professionals:
here.
Jordan Young, Brian Cairns,
tomorrow,
Mike Fay,
18
and
holes,
WJR
next day,
Sean
18 holes.
Balagian.
And then they switched to match play.
All right, welcome back in 760 WJR. I was just asking Mike. We'll continue the conversation with you guys. I was just asking Mike what the schedule was for the tournament out there on the west side of the state. Mike, go right ahead.
Yeah, the 107th Women's Am. Tomorrow, the women will be playing 18 holes. The next day, 18 holes to make the cut to the top 32. And then those advance to match play brackets and play on from there and see who's going to win. So pretty cool. It goes on through Thursday.
Good stuff.
Over here at Spring Lake.
Speaking of the ladies' side, the Freed Group Women's Scottish Open is going on. And I think it's safe to say I think it's safe to say that we have a golfer on the ladies' side that's on a little bit of a heater right now.
There she is. Celine Boutier. Yes. The French lady is making it happen. 2 in a row. Shot 69, 68, 66, 70 to win by 2 shots for 15 under par, taking home the first place prize of $300,000 over in Scotland. Just a beautiful golf course there. Awesome stuff.
That's a major.
Go ahead, BC.
That's a major.
1 point. She's picked up. She picked up a cool 1.3 million the last couple weeks with her wins. Okay, yeah, she is on fire right now. No doubt about that. Champions Tour, for what it is worth, not back in action until next week with the Boeing Classic. We brought this up earlier in the show. Bryson gets it done at White Sulphur Springs, West Virginia, the old White course. He finishes 23 under. And for what it's worth, yes, they are planning to restart the Wyndham down in Greensboro, North Carolina. They're saying 6:55. They're going to resume play at 6:55. Russell Henley and Lucas Glover both at 20 under. So at least we're up to date now. Yeah. Well, you know what? I mean, we've got the FedEx.
Sorry.
we've got the FedEx Cup, and then it's like, you know, for a lot of people out there, oh yeah, they're all going to be in Rome in just a couple months' time. What, a month and a half time for the Ryder Cup as well. I mean, we've got a lot of big stuff coming up at this particular fall.
Yes, there's no doubt about that. You're getting ready. We're just talking about LPGA Tour. We got the Women's Open coming up next week. So, you know, that's exciting as well. I wanted to talk. Is BC there? I want to ask him something.
We got him.
I was looking here, and for the teams today for LIV, it looks like the High Flyers missed out by 1 shot for the top 3. Is that true? Is that what
That's
happened?
100%. I had to give Phil a hug. He was so bummed.
Was he? Oh.
Yeah, he was bummed. He's like, God dang it, we can't get a break. And I played like a dog today. I'm like, nah, Phil. James would have made one more putt for you coming down the stretch, you know. He's like, nah, he's doing great, yada, yada. But, yeah, 1 shot. I'd like to see the Cap get one podium. But we got a tough one this week at Bedminster. It's a bird. And, of course, we had to give him our Social Security number because Mr. Trump's going to be there. So the nuisance will be around.
Okay.
Oh, no kidding. There, yeah. My guess is there's going to be a little security there. Just a little security there.
Oh, yeah. All the protesters outside the gate. It'll be a fun week.
Looking forward to it. You know what it is? I will say the exact same thing. I don't care what anybody says. I think what you've seen out of LIV the last couple of years, and I think a week like this proves it. I don't know how anybody can't sit back and say, even begrudgingly at this point in time, that this has been good for golf. I really, for the life of me, I get it. A lot of the old, the old school, hey, what are these guys doing? Now that we've gone through this, call it whatever you want, experiment. All right. For as long as we have now, I don't know when you take a look at just what you guys were talking about. And of course, Bryson's 58 being a centerpiece. How could somebody sit back and say that this isn't good for golf, the game of golf, not the PGA, the game of golf? I for the life of me, guys, I don't get it.
Sean, it's funny that I was talking to a lot of the volunteers, which we've got some downtime, when in the practice rounds, especially, and the volunteers are always there. And it's unbelievable how many volunteers they gather and how many volunteers actually travel from event to event. So I think Liv's kind of trying to get their own people in place, for the future. And you speak to them, and they're like, "Oh, what do you think of this?" And they're like, "Oh, this is great, man. It's just a great thing." And they ask me what I think. I'm like, I don't know if I would have warmed up to it as much because I'm one of those old grumpy, grumbly country club snobs. That I guess you could say that.
No, come on.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, 100%. News alert. I'm a gruffly old whatever, but I would say here's the other 70%, Sean. Here they are. I mean, I'm watching them in person. You've got the country club people are there too, just to see the atmosphere and see what it's all about. But 80% of the crowd at every live event has been the weekend warrior, so to speak. So, it's kind of eye-opening that, wow, there's the rest of the golf game that's really boomed it the last 3 years.
It's interesting, and just a reminder for everybody, as BC was saying, next week, August 11th through the 13th, at the Trump National Golf Club at Bedminster. Mikey, I'm sure you were probably privy to a lot of conversations amongst even PGA teachers, that have made this great game their life, so to speak. I know pride sometimes won't allow people to say, hey, you know what? After a couple years, this wasn't bad, but boy, I don't know how you could argue this has been bad for the game of golf.
Yeah, you really can't, right? I mean, all of us have said since the beginning, whether James Pyatt was there or not, that this was going to help the game, and it has, which is pretty cool to see.
Yeah.
From our perspective like that, you can sit there and you can argue about all the different aspects of it and stuff, but has it brought more people out and inspired them to play golf? That's the question. And I think it has, which is pretty cool.
I think, you know what, you are 100% spot on. And I'll just throw in from my side of things, I guess the quote unquote media side of things, it's given us more to talk about too. And that's not a bad thing. When you listen, no disrespect to what's going on at the Wyndham. Okay. No disrespect, but when you have the caliber of golfers out where BC was, and one of the big names in golf, like him or not, Bryson is one of the big names in golf, literally and figuratively. And my man goes out and shoots a 58. Well, everybody's going to be talking about that. Why on earth would that be a bad thing? That to me, that's bigger than what's going on at the Wyndham. No disrespect. I mean, seriously, no disrespect to them at all. But
Sean, it was a golf course that was lengthened from when Stuart Appleby shot 59. I mean, they moved 16 back to 505 instead of it being 425 with the lake on the right. So was it a harder golf course? Probably not, because we had no wind and perfect conditions. And the greens were like 12 and perfect every day. So, but 58, I don't care if it's on Strategic Fox, 58.
It's 58, baby.
Right?
Yes,
it's
it is.
Really good.
I think, guys, the big thing is today I was, kind of off track, and I looked. I'm like, hey, I'm gonna check the scores. I want to see who won or is winning, or what's going on Live, what's going on PGA, and what's going on the Canadian Tour. And guess which one I checked first? Well, it was Live. So I would have never done that before, and I think that's kind of what's a little different now.
Yeah. No, you're absolutely right. And again, Jordan, I want to make this crystal clear. No disrespect to the golfers that are competing at the Wyndham. And I'll be watching tonight. But you know what? For my bang for the buck and for the big names and the eventuality of what actually occurred with Bryson shooting a 58, Liv was your winner today. Make no mistake about that. All right, finally.
Did it right, so did Greg Norman, too, walking with him.
Oh, no kidding. Yeah.
Yep.
listen, final segment of the show coming up. I want to give a big shout out to Parker and Dave back at the station for helping make things happen tonight. I think we'll get a POW. BC was sponsored at the pit. There, you just heard it. I think he's got somebody in mind. Some final thoughts from Mike Fay and Jordan as well. Don't go anywhere. Final segment of the show on a Sunday night. So glad you could join us. Spin on Golf on 760 WJR.
I'm Chuck Bridenstine, the inside guy. And I'm
Sean,
Ken Calvary, the outside guy. We're here with WJR senior news.
Take to dry out. That's the question.
Oh, that's a great question.
When it's soaked.
No,
Like,
are you asking rhetorically?
Yeah, I'm just wondering because I mean we've got a bunch like over here. We've had rain gloves, we had regular gloves, we've had all kinds of stuff. It took 2 hours for the umbrella to dry off, enough to fold it up. That's how wet it was out there. I mean, it was amazing.
Jeez, oh Pete,
it was amazing. Just all the rain gear and everything else is still, we got towels everywhere. There's towels everywhere, just soaked. Unbelievable.
Blow dryer.
No, it needs something. It's amazing.
Guys, I appreciate you picking everybody up tonight. Again, apologies to Dave.
No, it's all right.
John, thank you.
No big deal.
I'll probably bow out here. I don't have a punk of the week, so.
Oh shoot.
I'm going to try to hang on. I'm in the mountains again, so
All right.
I'll try to stay on as long as I can here.
I'll keep it on. I'll keep it on, but don't ask me anything.
Who is going to be the POW BC in case we lose ya?
I want to make it perfectly clear. The people that scream after every shot, WTFF. Give me a whatever. Why do you got to scream? Hamburger, sausage. I'm like, you know what? I'm not big enough to go over there and tell the guy to freaking beat it, But I wish I was bigger, and I could just go over and just punch somebody right in the side of the head.
Oh my!
Hey,
I don't
you
get
can
it. I don't
cash
get
out
the yelling.
anytime right to
I
your
can't
bank
wait
account,
for this.
PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and
This
other
is gonna be
brands.
good,
Just
Sean.
download the free Upside app and use promo code PARK for a 25 cents a
I
gallon
can't
bonus
wait.
on your
Go on.
first
Good.
tank. That's code
You're
PARK.
Welcome back to more Spin on Golf. Once again,
Maybe we'll get to
here are
it
your
right away.
PGA professionals, Jordan Young, Brian Cairns, Mike Fay, and WJR Sean Balagian.
Well, we have the POW coming up this segment. Mike Fay has a great question. We want to maybe start with BC. Okay, BC, do you have a POW this week?
I'm not a POW. I'm just an average guy going to watch a golf tournament. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to drink 77 beers. And then I'm going to yell, hamburger, sausage. I'm like, what is wrong with these jack donkeys? I caught it. What is wrong with these people? I don't get it. I mean, if I was in better shape, I would tackle the guy and just beat the pulp out of him. I just shut up and let DeChambeau, because it's with DeChambeau or it's with Phil, they do it just to get a rise out of these guys on purpose. I don't get, just stay home,
You think they do it to get on TV?
Yeah. And you know what? It's probably the guys playing some crappy rap song on their Bose speaker in the middle of a golf course. What a bunch of pain in the butts. God, it's really hard to describe these people without using four-letter words. It's all I can say.
BC, I've never understood that. And to your point, Mike, it's almost as if the dude yelling pizza then gets on his phone and goes, "Hey, BC, Mike, Did you hear me yell pizza? That was me.
It was me.
What?
There's no doubt.
I'm
There's no
proud of
doubt.
you,
Green
man.
alcohol.
How do you even respond to that, right?
Nice
No,
job,
man.
6-year-old.
Oh, jeez. BC, when are you heading out there? Are you gonna head out early this week to the Bedminster?
Where to? Bedminster tomorrow. James.
Oh no.
Yeah,
kidding.
we're going to be there tomorrow morning, 11 o'clock. James and Phil playing a little match. I'll be there for 5 days, and I head to the U.S. Amateur on Friday with Jimmy Dales.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Well, you know what, BC, again, that's another, for me, another reason why going to our last segment, Liv is pretty stinking cool. Okay, so you got a young gun and you got a legend in Phil playing the next couple days. Okay, cool. Can I check that out? Is there any way I can check that out? I think a lot of people feel that way. It's a darn good thing for golf, man.
I think so. And Phil's trying his hardest to get things changed in the PGA Tour and make things work in the end. He really is. And it's consuming all his time. He's trying to make the game better. I know people don't like him, but, that's always been his goal, and that's going to be his goal till he goes to the grave.
Yeah. Mike Fay, I think that's exactly what they're doing right now. I think they're making the game better, and in the long run, it'll be a stronger game as well.
Yeah, and 10 years from now, we'll be having a total different conversation.
Yeah.
And, what really happened and things like that, and it'll be a lot different. And the for us guys that coach the game of golf and spend a lot of time, both adults and with the kids, it's going to inspire people to play, and that's all we care about.
Yep.
And get them out there.
And it's going to a point, Sean, where it's just a cool thing to do now. I mean, obviously, Mike and I, when we were kids, it wasn't too cool. Nerd, what a weenie, going to play golf. Yeah, put on your knickers, whatever. You're a dork. And now it slips off everybody's tongue, and everybody wants to get into it. It's cool.
Yeah, there's no doubt about
no
that.
doubt
Sean.
about that. No doubt.
I can't stop playing golf. I have taught more 20 to 30-year-olds that can't stop playing golf. It's like, It's so much fun. I have so many friends. We all get together. We have a good time. And that hasn't happened in forever. And it's pretty cool. People.
Honest to goodness, I'll use my own son as an example. When I was his age, you know what? When I got together with some of my old friends, you know what we did? We sat around and we had some beers, right? And my friends, my son and his friends, you know what they do? They walk around and have some beers on a golf course. Like that's what hey, what are you doing? Oh, I'm going to golf with these guys, or I'm going to golf with those guys. You are absolutely right. I think it's become the norm now for so many young adults. And Mike, to your point, and you and BC see this all the time, then you get the guys who are uber passionate about it and want to go see Mike Fay and want to go see Jordan Young and want to go see BC because it becomes their passion and they just have to get better at it. I don't think that's the biggest, when somebody talks about like the Tiger effect to me, that's the biggest thing is the amount of people, forget about the fans, forget about the guy yelling pizza in the gallery. It's the guy that wants to go spend his Sunday afternoon either on the course or at the driving range. And then when he can fit in a BC or fit in a Mike, a teaching professional. To me, that's the biggest growth of the game in the quote unquote last 30 years of the Tiger effect.
Yeah, I think so. And it's not the NFL by any standards, but we certainly have made strides on it, Mike, in the last 5 years. Like, oh, wow, this is
amazing.
Cool. This is, it's just gone ballistic. And it means everything to me. And I know it does to you and Jordan, because that's our life. That's what we live for. And to see our game progressing to the way it's progressing is, I love it. I'm happy. I'm happy that people are enjoying the game that I've loved my whole life.
There is a
Yes.
term that we all used growing up, our generation, as we're all relatively around the same age group, talking about the 4 major sports. I think we have to crumble that up and throw it in the garbage. There aren't 4 major sports anymore. Golf is definitely a major sport. Golf has leapfrogged a couple different sports. Let's make no mistake about it. And, you guys know me. I'm a hockey guy. Golf's bigger. It is. It's bigger.
Mhm.
Hockey fans are nuts. We're rabid. We're incredibly defensive of it and everything. But if you're talking about masses, if you're talking about the number of people, how do you deny the game of golf? You can't.
There's more access with golf than hockey.
Yeah. Yep.
Right?
Yep.
There's more access. So, and we haven't even touched on the ladies.
Yeah.
Like how many ladies are playing, which is unbelievable over the last 5 years, like BC said. There's so many more women playing golf. And it's just really cool. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, the associations have done a good job. The $5 for juniors, or
Mhm.
free junior days. So it's not a brainwashing program. It's a great way to discipline your kid and to know they're safe and to know that this is actually something that can be taught forever. They're good, and I trust the people that are involved in and around the game to give them those disciplines and morals and ethics and values.
Yes.
Well, BC, safe travels to you. Not only the next couple days, but next weekend as well. We'll all be keeping an eye on what you and Jimmy Dales are doing as well. Mike, best of luck to Rach, and maybe
you.
we'll figure out how long it takes to dry off clubs. We need to figure that out.
Yes. How long does it take? It's amazing.
Blow dryer, Rachel. Blow dryer.
So we'll be following along with that. Mike, we'll see you, I think, in person at Fox Hills. You'll be there next week, correct?
Sounds good. Yes.
Good.
Sir.
Good luck to your daughter. Give Rach our best. We'll be keeping an eye on her. Keeping an eye on Jordan as well, as we will be back next week for Spin on Golf. Believe it or not, only 3 shows left the rest of the year. Hopefully we'll be out at Fox Hills for all of them. Special shout out to Parker and Dave. Great job tonight, fellas. We'll talk to you next week. Spin on Golf on 760 WJR.
All right, son. Time to put out this campfire.
Dad, we learned about this
Thanks,
in
Mikey.
school.
Oh, did
Thank
you
you,
now?
bud. Safe travel.